Hello guys, in this chapter we will be discussing about the different types of price action patterns that are really potential, and we will be predominantly using these price action patterns uh, in be it intraday or swing trading. We will be using those and we will be making money from these patterns. So make sure that you are really concentrated and probably get a coffee and yeah, let's get started. So when it comes to price action, majority of the traders focus on support and resistance, right? But uh, other than support and resistance, there are patterns where supply and demand can be considered. So it's not necessary that supply and demand should be based on a horizontal line, right? So what supply and demand? A supply and demand is nothing but when a price comes at a specific point, it moves. I mean, it just reverses, right? So this is considered as a demand zone, and this is considered as a supply zone, right? Yeah, it works. I mean, I'm not saying anything against support and resistance, but what I feel is too much importance is given to support and resistance. Other than that, we have a lot more potential patterns that needed to be taken care in order to be really successful in the market. So we are going to focus on things that are equally important as much as support and resistance. Probably what I feel is that sometimes I feel that the other patterns are better than support and resistance. So I will also explain you why I say like that. And yeah, let's get started. Okay. First thing is a triangle pattern. So this is how a triangle pattern looks like. Okay, so let's just assume that a stock comes like this and takes a resistance. I mean, sellers are there and they are pushing the price down. And let me just draw it first and I will explain the psychology behind that. Okay, so let me just leave it right there. So here, what's happening is that the sellers are pushing the price down, right? And again, when the price comes here, the buyers are pushing the price to higher, right? So again, the price goes up and takes a resistance here, and again the price goes down, takes a support here again. So if you see, the difference is that each time when the price goes up, the sellers are aggressive. So this is the first resistance, right? So the next time they are not waiting for 244, they are aggressive and they are confident that the price will go down, so they are bit aggressive and shorting their prices. I mean, they are selling their position at 217 level itself. Same goes for the buyers too. So the last time they bought at 94, and this time they are a bit aggressive here over here, and they are buying at 131 itself. They are very confident that the price will go. They are ready to buy the stock at 128 itself, because they are confident that price will go higher from this level. And same again. So here again they are not waiting for 213 here. So they are ready to short at 194, right? So the psychology behind is that the pressure will be at both sides. So uh, I'm not gonna, these people will never give up or never giving up. So but at one point of time there has to be one winner, right? Either the buyer has to win or the seller has to win. So we don't take part of this slaughter. I mean, what to say, the war. We don't take part in this war unless there is a breakout or a breakdown. So I will be explaining you in detail regarding how to enter and exit. Let's just stick with the price action patterns right now. Okay, so this is the main psychology, and I will explain you with the chart right now so that it makes more sense to you guys. Okay, so this is Cummins India, and what I see is that this is a rejection. And so what's happening here at the top, 1 2 3 4 5. So at the top the stock is taking 5 times resistance, and at the bottom 1 2 3 4, same, almost same. So at the top it's 5 and at the bottom it's 4. So the numbers doesn't matter. So I'm just saying that it has taken this many support and resistance. So what's important is that when are we going to make a trade and things like that, which will be explained in detail in the later part, as I said. So uh, this is just an example of a triangle pattern. So let me just consider horizontal line, right? So this is a major support and this is the major resistance. So I will be shorting only if the major support is broken as far as support and resistance are concerned. So what's happening here is that we are missing a major part of the move. But if you are looking, I mean, the reason why we are making losing this move is because we are trading based on horizontal lines. But as per our strategy and as per our technique, we are gonna stick with patterns like this, and these trades will give you an early trade with a huge risk reward ratio. I mean, it will be very favorable to you. Okay, so in the last case, when support and resistance was considered, so you were able to go short only after 663. But using this, not only you get a early price point, but also you get a good risk reward ratio, so the risk is really less. So yeah, let's discuss about that later. So let me just go to the other stocks, and this is NBCC. Let me just connect all the, I see this, and at the bottom I see this. Okay, so at the top we see a resistance. So again, to explain, uh, initially the price, the sellers were at 77, and the next time when they sold, they were not waiting till the price of 79. They were aggressive, they sold their position at 67, and again they sold at 66. So the next time they didn't wait for 67, but they shorted at 63. As the time progress, they get more aggressive. So this is the psychology behind it, and the same goes vice versa, same goes for the buyers as well. So each time they don't wait for the previous price point 48, but here it's 51. They are aggressive because they are confident that the price will move higher than 52, right? So, and at one point of time, one side it has to be broken, and which is what happened here. And let's consider support and resistance here. What would have happened if we were considering support and resistance? So here this is the major resistance, and this is a major resistance, major resistance. Let me just take uh, these off. So you will be getting a shot only at this 46, but we were uh, shorting at the price range of 54, which is a 12%. So you, as a trader, you must know that 12% more is really really huge, right? So you would be making a lot of money just with, in 14 days you are getting for 12%. Just it's just an amazing trade. These are the trades that I have made personally. So uh, it- and let me just move to the other stock. And so here if you see, this is the pattern it has been forming. Okay, and at the bottom it's like this. So I would like to draw patterns based on the body of the candle and not based on wick, because there are reason behind it. Because I will explain you in detail why we choose uh, body over the wick. Because if you choose body, you will be able to cover more candles. The more candles you are able to touch, the better the pattern is, right? So if you are in this case it's fine, but many other example where you will be able to touch only two candles if you are touching based on wicks. But if you are drawing based on the body, you would be able to touch four or five candles, which is really good as far as the pattern is concerned. So it is because we are also not looking for a specific price point, and then we are not making a trade. So we are just looking for the price structure of the stock, right? So we have something other apart from our price action pattern, that is our own custom built indicator, right? So let's just stick with the price action right now. So in this case, same like the others. So the sellers were aggressively selling their stock at 166 point 160 1636 so as the time progresses, they were more aggressive, and same goes here at the bottom, right? So at one point of time they just went up. So another thing to look at here is that if you see closely the price action, the seller has dried up, right? So here if you see, the seller has dried up, and this is just an example, uh, you know to consider, right? So if you can find something like this at the anyway, I mean any side, that would be helpful for to have a bias towards some. Although we don't take a trade in between these triangle, we only trade after the breakout or breakdown. It's just an additional fact that uh, you know no. So after the breakout, here is the move, right? So we are having a move of 18% as far as the triangle pattern is concerned. But what if we are using support and resistance? Let me just delete all. uh, this is the major support, right? Yeah. So I either go short after this, or I either go long after this is broken. So if you see closely, we made a long here after this candle, and we are they who use support and resistance as price action are missing 8% of their move, right? Because they will go long only after the resistance is broken. So they will be going long here, although they are booking around more than 7%. They are missing another 7%, 7.5%, right? So which is really huge. So these patterns, they are everywhere. I mean, these are not cherry picked by me. The reason why I picked these are because these are very easy to explain to you. So that is why I chose these stocks. So again, this is again the triangle pattern. If you can see, uh, this is a triangle pattern. So from here, uh, so the price, this is kind of a different pattern. So at the support, it's kind of a slanting one. Okay, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter at all. So, but if you could see, the sellers were bit aggressive, and the buyers not that aggressive. But the psychology is this they are pretty much close. See the compression as the time progress, right? That is what really matters. So uh, this trade, this is last Friday, kind of one of the most historic day I have witnessed in my life. So it moved like how much, 10% in a day, and also made 30K in this IndusInd Bank last Friday. Although I was quite late, I was able to book 30K. I traded after the breakout and made some money. Of course, with the help of our indicator and the price action patterns. So yeah, so if you just look at all the stocks, before moving on to the next chapter, next patterns, please look at the chart and see if you could find a triangle pattern, pendants and things like that, and work on that. And let's just move to uh, next chapter, which is based on channels, different kinds of channels. So just like uh, triangle pattern, even the channels have different psychology behind it. We will be discussing about that in the later next chapter. So meanwhile, make sure that you have a look at the chart and see if you could find something, and let me know. Okay, let's meet at the next chapter. Thank you.